crash and burn.
Hey everybody. So today I am going to be discussing the character Caitlin Ryan from Degrassi High as well. I mean Degrassi Junior High through Degrassi High, and I guess for all intents and purposes, the Degrassi High Schools Out, of course, where the show concludes. And okay, so this is wow, Caitlin Ryan, my God, I have had the biggest thing for her. I was in love with her when I was a kid, and she was just so smart. She wasn't perfect. When you look at the transition that the character goes through from Degrassi Junior High into High, Caitlin, of course, goes through a number of trials and tribulations. You find out that she has epilepsy, and for a while there, she just might be a lesbian. And Susie, oh my God, when Susie's like, she's not a lesbian, she's my friend. I just love that so much. That is such a little kid thing to say. She's not a lesbian. She's my friend. Oh, that's never not going to be funny. But yeah, I mean, I know Caitlin on one hand, she was kind of perfect. She did everything right. She was the straight A student. She was really pretty. She was really nice. She had a solid group of friends. She was always trying her best. But then they gave the character some depth by having her hook up with Joey, who was like the ultimate slacker and sort of like a low-key bad boy. Not so much a bad boy in the sense that like he was out there hurting people or breaking into people's cars or into the school or something. But Joey was sort of positioned as being somewhat of a troublemaker. And so naturally, when they had Joey and Caitlin become like the star-crossed lovers, it did add a lot of depth to both characters. But I found that this mostly benefited Caitlin's character because other than that, she's kind of like a low-key Mary Sue, right? Like, Caitlin Ryan was perfect. I mean, even when she is eventually diagnosed with epilepsy, that has no bearing on the quality of her personality or her character and integrity and all that. That's just a medical issue she has to deal with. So even when they gave her epilepsy, it wasn't enough to knock her off the perfect pedestal. But then considering the fact that she has this massive long-running romance with Joey Jeremiah, and I know that if you continue the show on into the early 2000s when they decided to reboot the show when Emma, Spike's daughter, would be starting high school. I know that they end up together on that, which I think is kind of nice. But then at the same time, I gotta say, maybe Joey really didn't deserve Caitlin, because he did cheat on her horribly. And I know Caitlin was like locked at the knees or whatever, but that's still no reason to cheat on her. She's your chick. You gotta give her way more, gotta show her way more respect than that. It doesn't matter if she's not willing to have sex with you. Joey at that point was a complete virgin too, so it's not exactly like he's out there with all this experience and he's like, damn, I really need to have sex. No, Joey was a virgin too, so Joey should have really backed off. And then what Joey does to Tessa Campanelli that is just so uncalled for, and it is so not okay. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about Caitlin Ryan. I also like how they threw another curveball at Caitlin by way of having her father cheat on her mother, and then you find out that all along her mom was fully aware that her dad was cheating on her. And that's gotta hurt, and it causes such a dissension around the Ryan household that she can't even look at her father, and it throws Caitlin's life straight into this massive thing of flux. Like, Caitlin's life is thrown completely out of whack because of this. And then considering the fact that she ends up getting arrested when she starts dating the douchebag Claude, he's like, I'm not afraid. And then Caitlin, dude, like, her foot got hooked on a fence there, Claude. Come on, bro. You would have been like the hero. You would have been like the ultimate dude. All he had to do was go back and essentially do like that to unhook her jean or the pant leg from her jeans or whatever that was hooked on the fence. And then him and Caitlin would have thought he was a god. He would have been like the ultimate rebel. They went and spray painted anti-nuclear graffitis, anti-nuclear slogans. No nukes is good nukes, by the way. That's Claude's big revolutionary act. God, I hate Claude. But yeah, so Caitlin gets jammed up there, her dad's cheating on her, she gets epilepsy, and I liked all of the transitional things that Caitlin went through because, again, she was a bit of a Mary Sue, and all of these things sort of helped to humanize the character, and I loved that. And that's where I'm leaving it. So thanks for hanging out with me for about 4.5 minutes while I discuss the character of Caitlin Ryan from Degrassi Junior High through Degrassi High and Schools Out. Yeah, I'm gonna go, so be sure to have a great day and whatever else, and don't forget that you're amazing, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good day or night or whatever.